Hello Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel, Romani Fire. You can find me on Instagram at Romani_fire. I do daily readings there. You can... Oh, what's happening with that? Oh, the screen went funny. I have already shuffled these cards. This is your general and love reading for the month of June. I've shuffled these cards already, so I'm just going to get straight into the reading. Let's have a look and see what's going on for you guys in the month of June. The Hierophant. So your energy at the moment, you feel very balanced, you're very in control, and you're drawing a lot of attention to yourself. You have like these two people down here that are almost looking up at you and kind of almost worshipping you in a strange kind of way, but yeah, you guys are definitely sitting in your power and definitely enjoying being looked at. Let's just say that. When it comes to your work and your finance and education even, you are setting a solid foundation for your dreams to come true. Like the Three of Pentacles is all about setting a foundation. It's all about the hard work. It's all about building. It's like the building process. It's like starting from the bottom and working your way up. So when it comes to your work, finance and education, you could be on the start of something new and you're just trying to finalise, or you're just trying to set that solid foundation so that when you do start moving forward, you don't have to worry about anything that could go wrong. When it comes to your thought process and your communication, you've got the King of Wands, and this tells me that your communication at the moment is bang on point. You are communicating creatively. You are your thought process at the moment is very creative, and you feel very powerful in your manifestations as well. Like you really feel like if you say something, like you're going to achieve it. And that's great. You can see that the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands up here, he has his yellow cape, he's got his orange gown with the green. The yellow is connected to your solar plexus, which is all about your confidence and your self-discipline. And then you have the orange, which is connected to your sacral chakra, which is all about creativity and like it's like the birthing process and manifesting. Excuse me. And then you have the green, which is connected to your heart chakra. So you're in a very good place mentally. You're in a very good place when you're communicating. You have, I don't know why you're looking, it's like you're not looking ahead, you're looking slightly off to the right. And I don't really know what you're looking at, but whatever it is you're looking at has caught your eye. So maybe you have an interest in something that is inspiring you to communicate and to get this creative flow going. You might have a really strong influencer or a very strong inspiration behind why you're in this mental space at the moment. When it comes to your form of action and your passions and your movement, you have the Knight of Swords, and this is all about literally taking action. There's no thought process here. It's just literally on his horse and away he goes. He doesn't think about what he's doing. He's just doing it. And I feel like, you know, when you look at what you're doing with your work and you're setting the solid foundations, I feel like sometimes we can really slow down the process because we're trying to make things too perfect, whereas the Knight of Swords comes in here and he's just like, let's just do this. Like, okay, we've set a solid foundation, we've been working on this for a very long time, like we have a solid foundation. It's now time to actually just start making things move, to start making movement, to get things going and flowing. When it comes to your emotions and your relationships, you have the Queen of Swords, and she's almost like emotionally like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not really going to put much effort into anything at the moment because mentally I'm good, emotionally I'm good. You know, she's got a hand out here like, yeah, what is it It's almost like, yeah, what can I do for you? Like, what are you here for? And I mean, that's good, but you know, sometimes that can come off as a bit of like, okay, calm down, like, I'm just saying that I love you, you know, no need to talk to me like I'm common folk. Like, I love you, you know, like, love me back a bit. Not, oh yes, what are you here for, darling, or whatever, you know, you're here because I love you and I'm trying to talk to you. Let me talk to you. Let's, you know, connect on an emotional level. So I feel like when we look at this reading, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you are where you need to be. I feel like the problem for Sagittarius at the moment isn't so much mental, emotional or physical. I feel like the problem is stuck between setting the foundation and making the movement. And I feel like you have people watching you, and I feel like you are enjoying the process of being watched. But I feel like, because even in the Three of Pentacles, you've got people watching you work, and that's nice. It's nice for people to see what you're doing and to appreciate your work and stuff. But I feel like it's getting to a point where you're feeling like, what are you actually looking at here? Like, are you looking at me? Are you looking at my work? And I feel like you have to, at some point, just go with the flow and stop being so controlled. Like, we get it. You want to, like, you've got your solid foundation. We get that. You've got the admiration that you want. Like, people are looking up to you, and that's brilliant. But are you just going to sit here all the time, or are you actually going to show people what you can do? Are you just going to sit here and preach about what you can do, or are you going to show people? And I feel like, again, the problem isn't mental, emotional, or whatever, or physical. I feel like it's literally just, are you going to actually show people what you can do, or are you just going to keep talking about it? And are you going to just let people, you know, keep looking at you and admiring you? But what's the point of all of that if you've got no backup, or you've got nothing to show for that, you know? Anyway, Sagittarius, I hope that resonated with you. Let me know in the comments below if it did or not. Let's move on to the love reading. Again, I will say that I've already shuffled these cards, so I'm going to go straight in for the love reading. So we have the Seven of Wands, and I feel like you're in this battle, but if you look at the card, there's no one around you. There's no one at all. It's just you fighting yourself. And what's the point in that, Sagittarius? What is the point in fighting yourself all the time? Like, relationships, is it really that painful? Like, is it really that much of an issue? Sorry, hold on a second. Sorry, I was interrupted then. So, what was I saying? Like, there's no one around you for you to be fighting with. So I feel like the battle when it comes to relationships is between you and yourself and you. There's literally no one around you for you to be feeling so defensive about. Okay, so maybe your fear is commitment at the moment. If you're in a relationship, and I don't really get a specific person or sign or anything, so you might actually be single, you could be in a relationship or whatever, but the energy I'm picking up on at the moment is that you're feeling a bit commitment phobe, because if you look at this guy here, he's fighting a battle, but if you look at this card down here, the direction that he's facing is literally the marriage card in the tarot deck. So could you be fighting the fact that maybe you don't want to get married? Maybe you're having trust issues or whatever it is. Maybe you don't want to get married. Maybe you are married and maybe it's not working out and you're literally fighting these battles, but maybe it's because you never really wanted to get married or in a relationship in the first place. Oops, God. Ooh, chaos. And I feel like in the end, I mean, I'm not going to read the Five of Swords as the Five of Swords, because the message I'm getting is this guy here. And he looks really pleased with himself, even if he has hurt two people, or even if he has let down two people. At the end of the day, he's done what he needed to do to benefit himself for his highest good. So if you're in a relationship and it's not working, then you will set yourself free from that, because you realise that it's not working and you're tired of fighting, and you're getting to a point where what are you even fighting about? There's not even one thing here that shows any significance of the fight. It's just you're just fighting to fight now. So it could be, if you are in a relationship, if you don't communicate properly and you don't manage to work things out, it could be that you do set yourself free from the relationship, and for you that's a good thing, because you look very happy with yourself, and you know your truth is your truth, and you've lived your truth, and you've spoken your truth, and it's led to you hurting a partner, or maybe you've hurt people you're dating because you just can't be bothered anymore and you've decided to just stay single. If you are single, I feel like you could be having a lot of issues around commitment and trust and stuff like that, because again it comes to the marriage card, right? And he's looking towards the marriage card. So I feel like marriage is something that frightens you at the moment. Maybe you feel like maybe you feel like your love life is just over. Maybe you feel like there is no marriage, or you know, maybe you've done everything you needed to do, and maybe you're just happy being on your own, and maybe you're just sending people packing because you just do want to be on your own, and you just enjoy your company that much that being in a relationship at the moment is just more of a problem than it is actually a blessing. But for those of you in a relationship, because this is a love reading, I feel that if you are having a lot of problems, or you're not communicating properly, or because this is your reading, if you feel like you're not happy in this relationship anymore, then you have to at some point come to a choice to make, and that choice has to be based off of your truth, not off of somebody else's guilt, not off of somebody else's advice, but it has to be left down to you to make the choice. And this is Gemini season, which is all about choices. So you've got some choices to make here, whether you're single, dating, in a relationship, to figure out what is going on here. If you don't want to get married, don't get married. If you're in a relationship that's just not working out and you can't make it work, maybe it is time to be on your own. If you're single, maybe you're just enjoying being single. Maybe the thought of marriage scares you at the moment, and you just want to be this person here, and you're just, anyone who comes up to you and offers to date you or take you out, you're just like, no. I'm good on my own. I don't need anybody at the moment. And that's fine too. There's no wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, Sagittarius, I hope that, is it? I thought it froze, sorry. I hope that the reading resonates with you. Let me know in the comments below, and I shall see you in July. See you later. Bye.